one of the guys that works with me used to be a cop, and he said they brought it in because of them.
Right. So we're on the same level as Blink-182.
Well, I don't
I actually saw a video
but
of them playing in Australia, and he was like, "Fuck New Zealand." So maybe that's why.
Fuck
yeah,
Blink 182.
apparently they brought in something about that. Yeah, after that.
Right. Well, he said to me, "It was you," and I was like, "It wasn't me." And he said, "Well."
He said it to everyone.
Yeah, but I said to him,
same thing
I was like, "Look, mate, I haven't even got a microphone. I think I'm the only person on the band without a microphone." And he went, "Well, I'm going to check the cameras."
Is that why you got a podcast now?
Good, check the cameras. You know.
Luckily, I won't name him, but the manager of said venue at the time came up to me and went, "The cameras don't get this stage, so just don't worry about it. Just keep your mouth shut and nothing bad will happen."
So then he basically said, "You should go back over and chat to your boys there because one of you is coming to jail tonight." So then it was like, he was like, "Who's your singer?" And I was like, "He's gone." Gav had already gone at this point because he never helped us pack away. So Gav was gone.
Because he's Scottish and he knows how to deal with the situation.
The said manager come outside and got me. He's like, "Oh, by the way, mate, he wanted to talk to you."
Well, you had actually been, when he was chatting to us, I believe you were actually in the bathroom.
Oh, right. Oh, no, I was outside having a smoke.
Were you outside smoking?
Yeah.
So then Gav come in and he said the same to Gav. And then he started taking down people's details. I think he started with... started with you?
No, I was the last one. He went round all you.
I think he started with Phil, maybe, because he was like, name and all that. And then he's like, "What's this band called?" And Phil's gone, Danger Wank.
Actually,
and the guy goes, It's not the best name, is it? And Phil goes, "It is."
And he was right.
And he gave up after that, didn't he? He just put his notepad away and he was gone. Yeah.
Oh, I just was power trip.
Yeah, big time.
And he was like, "You'll never play in Queenstown
in this town again." Yeah.
What was it?
That made us, it got us further than ever.
That was the most annoying bit, man. We're just trying to pack up our shit. You know, he's cleared out the bar. They've completely cleared out everyone in the bar. So we're like, all right, fuck it. It was like a half an hour early. Yeah.
I was in the audience
so
watching
we started
it.
packing up the shit, and he's like,
I'd seen enough.
fucking trying to stop us doing it, you know. Douchebag.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, well, so there was the riot. That never happened.
But then he reported it, so the cops do a media briefing every Monday of what's going on over the week. Next thing,
all these
Gav
journalists and
started
shit
getting
are fucking
contacted by all these
messaging me. We believe that your band is involved in like
inciting mob behaviour.
Yeah. And I was like,
no comment.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything just now. Okay.
But to be
we
fair,
were trying to think of a good. We were trying to think of something good to say.
I think we did put a little statement
We
out
did,
saying
but it
that's
came
not
across-
our vibe.
It came across pretty good in the statement. I
We
thought.
don't want to.
Except they found the band
found the
description on
face
Facebook.
package, yeah.
The same band description that got us no helicopter.
Read it out, man.
Yeah.
Someone's got
description again?
What was that description?
So,
A bunch of loose cunts that stick the middle finger up to anyone who opposes them. For playing loud music. But it was obviously, I mean, the band's called Danger Wank. It's clearly a fucking piss take.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then there's like some fuckwit in Monica or whatever kicking off, like talking about, "Oh, you just think you're rock and roll stars." It's like, fuck off,
but we
mate.
got a lot of support from other people around.
Oh,
A lot of musicians
absolutely.
around New Zealand like message us saying, "Good on you, lads.
Yeah.
Fuck everyone." You know?
Yeah.
And that was great, man, because that's what it's about for me anyway.
But man, like, if
Just-
anybody can like actually takes that seriously, do you know what I mean? It's like, come on. But the way the journalist wrote it, she cut out half the shit of the statement, selected what she wanted, and then selected what.
Well, welcome to the
Fuck the
media.
media.
Innit?
Yeah, I know.
Don't you start doing it for free crayons.
Put
and
that
Crayola.
ugly fucking, put that ugly
Advertising.
fucking prick of a copper's face as a photo.
But you know, it makes you. It kind of makes you realise, you know, when you read stuff
This is-
about bands and
Yeah.
stuff, it's like.
So
how
we're
much
doing
does
it on this
yeah.
mini scale. We get to experience it on this
Yeah.
mini. I feel like that's our like we get like, you know, that little rock and roll lifestyle, like on a pauper's budget, like we're like, yeah, you know, we
Yeah.
don't take any drugs. But other than that, it's like we have a good time. You know, we get in a little bit of trouble and it's fun times. Like that's as close as you're gonna get to like a full rock and roll. But just on that with Phil getting asked about, he came to another gig, man, one time. I was at Zephyr and he was driving and he got caught. I don't know what he was doing wrong, but it was like
he was late for the gig.
No,
and then we were like, fucking hell, Phil, where are you? And he's like, oh, I've been busted driving like with no WAF, no radio.
That thing with all the smoke coming out of it.
Yeah, was it that Caldina or something?
Anyway, yeah.
Really deals in there.
But it was that same thing about like the band name, you know. He's like going through. He's like, "Oh mate, sorry, I'm like parking in. I don't know, was he parking in a loading zone or something?" And it was just like, he came in and he said, "Oh, sorry, I'm late, boys." It's like, "Yeah, I just got stopped by the cops. Fuck's sake." I was like, "Oh yeah, is everything all right? Yeah, sweet." He's like, "Yeah." He's just, going through it all, like, what? And he's like, "Oh, I'm just literally parking here for a few minutes to unload my gear. I've got a gig tonight." "Oh yeah, what's the name of your band?" "Danger Wank." Caught again.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What?
Come with me,
Sorry?
son. Get out of the vehicle."
Yeah.
I've seen that name before.
Yeah.
Oh, you're citing my behaviour.
Yeah.
Big and whistle.
So Phil was great for when we needed him, but now he's gone. We got Alan Beaton. So Alan,
Sir Alan, is he a sir?
Sir Alan Sugar.
Hey, can we
cracked
do a
3
little?
gigs,
We
still
should
hasn't
do a
been
little
sacked,
thing
but-
like the bass player. We had Little Dan. We need to give him his kudos. Like he was
Little
the
Dan was the original.
OG.
Little Dan was good. He was definitely the style of the band.
Style,
100%. I've never seen a
100%.
man rock a leopard print scarf so well.
The man, he had attitude. He was great. That was part of me
dedicated.
joining the band. Part of me accepting it. I was like,
I said to Dan, "Do you want to play?" And he said, "Nah, them days are behind me." So then I borrowed a bass.
I like that even more.
And I just gave it to him. I was like, "Look, I borrowed this. Take this home. Let me know what you think." And then he called me, and he's like, "I'm in."
Yeah.
It's all coming back to me. I'm in.
But he's like, we're only playing 6 songs. That's it.
10. He wouldn't learn more than 10 songs.
Yeah.
Point blank refused. No more than 10 songs.
But it was great. He had the attitude. He had the style. He had the sound we were going for. That was probably where it came from.
And he came up with Martin's nickname, Sidesy.
Yeah,
He did.
Very
He
important.
started that.
and then when Phil left, we were looking for
No,
someone.
hang on now.
Oh,
we haven't even got to Phil. Fuck's sake.
Phil's not even in the band yet,
Gav's
Gav.
been...
So
Sorry,
little Dan left. Then we got Phil. I think Phil...
I was happy to
In
have
it-
more Irish people in the band.
Did
I'm
Phil
not- I'm just
inherit
gonna say that.
Little Dan's equipment, I think?
Yeah, he took
So
it on,
it
yeah.
was
Remember it got
that was the
stolen?
same thing.
No, I think
So
it's
he
stolen.
kept it
He
going.
left it in a fucking bush.
Forgot about that.
So like...
His bass was called the Anal Probe.
That's right, yeah. Phil,
It had a
Phil
capital
got
A
dropped.
like for anarchy written on it, probe or something, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
And someone wrote anal.
So he got
That's what he stole,
dropped
didn't he?
home. He got dropped back at his house, didn't he? And he took his amp and his bass out the car and put it on the pavement.
That was me. I dropped him home after jamming one night. and
Carried
he just
his amp
rang
up
me
the
up
top and then
"Where's my
sat
gear?"
down. Just forgot to go back for the other part. And that was it.
I nearly spat my beer out then.
Bass
I'll tell
was
you what
gone.
though, but he embodied what I love about the music and the whole thing in general was the anarchy,
Yeah.
that's what
fun
it,
for
I
it.
drove a 7-hour round trip to Dunedin to buy a brand new drum kit. And I set it up at our first gig, and he just fell backwards into it after about 3 songs.
That was Paddy's day, wasn't it?
he stood on my guitar lead, like ain't going into the pedal, they're all bent now, I can't even use them.
I love it. It's like 4 years later.
Yeah.
Still can't use my cables.
I still have them though. But the rock and roll attitude was
Oh,
there,
100%,
and the look
man.
again.
Yeah.
It was the attitude. Everything. I loved it. That's what it was to me. It was like, fuck all this,
Yeah.
life,
He did.
everything. It was just like I'm not.
No, he was,
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck.
He was
funny
definitely
as fuck.
a brilliant character to have in the band.
That's important to me to keep that like
Yeah.
going
Well, Phil's
through because
now-
you turn into a fucking bunch of boring cunts otherwise.
He's gone on,
Taking it
got
seriously.
married and that.
Got married.
So he's had to do
Yeah,
grown up
real
stuff.
life. He turned into a grown up. Not us though.
So then that brings us to Alan Beaton.
Hey.
Now.
Now,
Queenstown's second top shagger
after
after Crumpy.
listen, we're better than this, guys. We don't need to go around counting fucking dicks.
Anyway,
Stay quiet.
Well, let's just whip them out on the table now, guys. We'll let you guys judge by the sound on the table. Alright? Because that's what's important to
But yeah,
bands.
Alan, prior to Danger Wank,
Yep.
had you ever played a bass guitar before?
Never.
Never.
Never held one.
Never even heard
Never
one.
held one. Never played bass at all. Not even for a little
Because
jam, nothing.
this is all on Gav's shoulders, because he was like, look, Alan's the boy for the job.
well, there was a bit of discussion, wasn't there? Because we were like, should we get someone?
We didn't want to rush into anything.
Nah,
That was
and
the thing.
Yeah,
Aye.
and we had a few jams and that, and we've deliberated over it a bit. We asked Martin if he knew anyone, and he's like, I know people that play bass, obviously, but like, don't really know anyone that will fit the band.
Yeah.
So I was like,
There's
fuck
a
it.
fit. There's definitely a fit. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, fuck it. Why don't we? I said, why don't we ask Alan? And he's all agreed. And then I phoned.
You
here we
phoned
are.
me up,
Yeah.
right? Want to hear the phone call. Jesus, it was Thursday night. I just got in from work and I was like, oh, you alright? I was like, yeah, I'm alright, yeah. He said, what are you up to? I was like, I'm not coming out tonight, Gav, definitely not. Just sitting and mixing. He's like,
I think this
right.
was all one big thing, just so
That's
Gav
funny,
could get more
'cause
Scots in the band, even the numbers out.
Yeah.
And he kept going like this for a bit. I was like, come on, Gav, spit it out. What's happened? What have I done? He said, you ever thought of coming and playing for the band? I thought, absolutely not. Hadn't ever crossed my mind. Not a chance.
Nah, you're like, yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know.
I've never even heard a bass.
Yeah.
What's your band called again?
Nah, but
I'm in.
But you're pretty
it's
busy you're pretty busy with the fire brigade and everything at the time as well.
That
And
was
like,
kicking off, yeah.
We had a lot of people.
He started a
Asking
fire. He's
to
a bit of an
join.
arsonist.
that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom asked to join as well.
Yeah,
didn't he?
Johnny was a bit keen. That
Yeah.
creepy taxi driver with the ponytail, he wanted to join.
Fuck.
Johnny's not a taxi
Fuck
driver, is he?
Did he? Did that taxi driver?
Yeah, man. He took Phil's bass at a gig once.
Oh yeah,
I
and then
remember-
76.
He's got the
He
anal
gave me
probe.
his. I've still got his number. Let's ring him live.
Oh, you're fired.
Hey mate, you still keen to play the bass?
He said, yeah, if it ever
Yeah,
comes
that's right.
available, call me.
Because that was
It's like, man,
He
Little
played.
Van's
He came and
last
played
gig.
Faith, and we'd never played it before.
That's right, yeah.
And Kev was just like, okay, we'd done the whole gig and like started packing up, and he just started playing Faith, and we just went for it.
yeah, he was not the vibe. He was too old. He was too.
Nah, he's more
weird.
status quo.
He's more fucking stay at home.
One more time.
And I like it.
But anyway, Alan
Come on,
ended
guys,
up.
harmonies.
Alan ended up fucking taking the position.
Yeah, it's good.
Alan,
Anyway.
I'd like to hear about how you started with guitars, because you could play obviously guitar and stuff from before that.
Yeah, always picked away at acoustics and stuff like that.
How did
Bedroom
that
guitarist.
start?
Big time bedroom guitarist. Never, I did maybe, I think 2 open mics, pushed up to it back in the day in Australia.
Any lessons?
No, never lessons, no. I had
YouTube
a
lessons.
typical sort of, I was about 14 or 15, found an old guitar pretty much passed down from, I don't know, friends upon friends.
Yeah.
And always played away and played, but never had any interest in playing in front of people, you know?
Yeah.
Like Gav was saying before, it's like music can be a nice release, you know? It can be just doing, like, come home from work or come home from school, kick your shoes off, play guitar for hours. Not to any great standard, but
Yeah.
like, just enjoy it. And
Well, that's the main thing I think that we needed, because
Yeah,
you've been
for sure.
every week consistent with like improvement.
yeah.
That's what's key,
It's
man.
fun,
you
mate.
you like. It's not like
Fuck,
a
he's
chore
he's
to
eyeing
learn
up
the
a
songs.
5-string bass at the moment.
Just a thought.
But nah, it definitely like, and if it's, you know, any new songs, it's like boom, it's done. Everybody does their homework now. And, like,
That's been one really exciting thing about being in the band is like, you know, you can look at like, I remember having a play with me and you, Dave, in my garage and looking
Shh,
at
we're not talking about it.
looking at that Datsun's tune, and I was watching you play and I was like, no chance.
Yeah.
And you're just like, slow it down, just play it yourself, slow it down. And then we were going to jam it here one night and I was thinking, no way the boys will get it quick. And we played it and it actually came out sounding quite good.
that happens quite a lot, and it's usually
Yeah.
with the tunes that you don't think it will.
Do not
Yeah.
Like that
expect,
Cooler Shaker one. Like,
Yeah.
remember when we were at the first time we jammed that
Yeah.
in here,
And it actually
everybody-
sounded good, yeah.
It was me who's like pushing it. I wanted to do it so bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, fuck it, we'll leave it till next week or whatever. And like, nah, we'll give it a go. We ran through it in like 2 or 3 goes, and it was like pretty much there.
I
It's
couldn't
like,
believe that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well, if someone knows it, if someone learns it, and show everyone else,
no,
then
but
it's great.
But it is a buzz when it comes together like that.
Absolutely,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and it's the same like what you said in one of your previous podcasts when you
Which
write
I'm a big fan of.
when you write a song. And you've written it in your bedroom, then you show it to everybody else, and then you hear it come together as a band. It's fucking a buzz and a half, you know.
Absolutely,
it's like, it's a really good feeling.
Well, I think we need to shout out Sidesy for all the recordings.
Oh, absolutely.
I've
What
never
a
met
man.
a more
do we?
organised.
Do we need to give him that?
They don't,
He's part of
they
the
don't
band. It's
exist
like
yet.
he's benefiting from it
Wow.
too. So do we really need?
But do you know, like, to have the recording equipment and somewhere to do it and somewhere to jam. Like, if we didn't have this
set
here,
up,
man,
yeah.
Absolutely.
do you know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. Remember
Finding
that
somewhere
first,
to practice,
Which is
was
probably
that
one of the
first-
best.
PA we bought was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And like we
But
played
we were
that gig.
practicing in that coffee roasting place. Remember
that
that?
was a great spot actually.
And then that got taken away, and
Yeah.
it was like, fuck, where are we going to practice now?
Yeah.
And you got like one of the best
Big ups to
jam
Steve
houses.
for that, by the way. Old fucking.
Well,
Steve
big
at
ups to-
Octane Coffee.
Laura and Randy.
Yeah.
Randy's
Shouts
the
to
man.
Randy.
Go on, you Randy.
But that's what's happening now. We're recording our own stuff, which is cool.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
exciting, yeah.
I've been a pretty steep learning curve because I just bought an interface and was like, fuck it, I'll give it a whirl.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've ended up recording everything in my living room.
I mean, even just sitting here now, there's like a million microphones and wires everywhere. It's like, it's hard. I feel like with bands and stuff, I mean, even between us, like, I've got like a dodgy lead. Dave's guitar was making a funny noise for weeks.
Self-distorting guitar.
Took Gav
was
forever
just
to
a
buy a
battery.
microphone.
It's always, guys, it's always a simple fix. Whatever the problem.
I love that you just endured the distorted guitar for like 3 weeks.
I just realised I never play not distorted. I was
You
like,
can't buy
why was
these.
I even worried about that?
Yeah. But even get like when Phil's amp broke, trying like getting a new one. Like I just said, Gav didn't have a mic for a while, but Martin's just got all. He's like, I don't know. I know it's like
Yes,
like
but
your
it's
job.
an actually addiction, and I think we should sit in here and say
Yeah.
this is actually an intervention, not a
I'm
podcast.
here today.
We've actually all come here today, Marty, to
I'm addicted.
take your
I'm
card away.
addicted to gear.
He's
We're going to
addicted
get
to
you
gear.
off at one cable at a time.
Honestly, we're only going to let you on one trading site at a time now because it's getting out of hand, mate. You can't have equipment for every situation.
It is a bit of an addiction.
Yeah.
But there's nothing worse.
You're good at
than-
it, though.
Oh,
It
for
fucking
sure.
annoys me though when you turn to a gig and someone's like, "Have you got? Oh, I didn't get this," because fucking it's easier just to go and have it
Well-
and then go, "Oh, you haven't got that? Oh, here's one."
In that situation, I'm like, that's your fucking problem.
Yeah.
Fuck off. You're out of the band, you fucking smelly dickhead. But you have everything. You've always got a spare. And it's like, you know, you forget that power lead, you forget any kettle plug, you know. It's like, fuck, Marty, have you got... And he's like, yeah, of course I do. Just put your hand in the bag and there it is. Actually, I got one of your mic leads
All right,
there.
well,
You bastard. I was wondering where that went.
if we're like thinking going forward here, ideal.
Where do you see yourself?
Yeah, ideal scenario for
Easy.
Danger Wank.
Helicopter.
Well,
That's it.
like short term or scenario, I would love to just do a little mini tour. Like once we get enough of our own tunes together,
Yeah.
just like even if we'd done it over the summer or something, doing it when everybody's off work, just do like a fucking 2-week tour in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Do like fucking 3 or 4 gigs in the South Island, a couple in the North Island.
Yeah,
That would be a fucking good laugh, man. You know.
But I feel it's always this way. Like, I've always felt this way since I started playing guitar, you know? I'm like, fuck, I'd love to be able to just play, you know,
Yeah.
all the Metallica songs, or like, you know, a bit of that. I used to play in front of all my friends and go, guess which song this is, you know? Do a little bit. And I'm like, I'd be so happy if I could just do that.
Yeah.
Then you're like, all right, I can do that. You want the next thing. You're like, I'd love to just do one gig. Then you do a gig. You're like, oh, I'd love just one recording, and then that's it. You know, it's out there forever. You're immortalized. You know,
Yeah.
you're there. But it never stops, does it? Like, it's like,
Yeah.
you do a festival. Or it's like, you know, so we do this festival, and you're like, yeah, we'll do a festival together. This is cool. But then you're like, you want it, as soon as you do it, you're like, oh, we could probably do an album together. You know, we could probably record an album. And then we're halfway through that. And then it's like,
What about
We
you?
could probably do
What's
Slane.
your
We could probably do
visions for it?
Slane Castle.
I kind of the same, yeah. That'd
Yeah.
be really cool. Queenstown's a funny one because of the sort of tourist trap that it is. The bars are so funny about you playing original stuff.
Yeah,
They don't want to drive the punters away on a gamble that you might be shit. But when I was in Eddie Leatherhead and we did like a little mini tour up the West Coast, all originals, and it went mental, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's only
They're just
around
happy
here,
to have
people just
fresh music
People want to
in,
see
isn't it?
music, yeah. And the bars here are like, oh, no one wants to hear
Not to
original
take from the
music.
songs, actually.
But then, do you know when you
Actually
talk to
play
people,
original
and people are like, oh yeah, we want to go and see some
that's-
original music, and there's
anytime
nowhere
I
around
mention
here
I'm
to
in a
see
band,
it.
they're like, people go, "Oh, have you got any original stuff?" I'm kind of like, "Oh yeah, we're kind of recording at the moment." You know, everyone.
Yeah, that's one
people
thing,
are
lads.
so
We need to get our finger
enthusiastic.
out and get the rest of them.
But
done.
people are so
Well, what did we
enthusiastic
play
about it.
That
like.
last gig, we had what, six
Six finished ones, yeah.
Six
and we've
people?
done-
Yeah, 6 people.
But we played 6 originals at that gig, and they went off as much as the covers.
Yeah,
So-
and that new one, that Payday one, the one that you put the music together for, that went.
He's pointing at me just so everyone knows.
yeah.
I wrote that one.
There was a little, the finger kind of strayed towards
that
me,
one,
but
that one went off the.
I had a
most
few
of it,
ideas
so
in
yeah,
there.
A lot of them.
I
Yeah.
thought I got a positive feedback, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
yeah, it's hard to
And
know.
it's
Isn't
the
it?
same
Like
way.
I always feel like if you put it at a certain point, you know, like this. I'm always eternally skeptical, but it's like, you know, if you put it in between two good songs, like, is it your song that they're happy about? Are they feeding back up? You know, like. and I
That's
feel
why.
like
That's
we
why
play-
you need to get to that stage where you've got more originals than covers, though.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
obviously you can't, like with Queenstown, you got to pay. You've got to play like a 3-hour set, whatever bar or whatever it is you're playing in. And fuck, man, most of the best bands in the world don't have a
Don't play.
3-hour set of their
Yeah.
own music, so it's near impossible. But like if you like that's why live music venues are really needed here.
Yeah.
Because like there's probably more bands than us that want to play their own
Yeah,
stuff.
of course.
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. But we're in
it's-
a great position where we play a lot of covers and we can get in places and we can sneak our own stuff. We don't even have to tell people, you know, that we're doing like 6 of our own originals in a set.
Yeah,
and get
yeah.
away with it, like, and it, you know.
I
it's
think
one
the idea
them.
of a mini tour is a great idea, though. I think we should.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's something we should
No,
look
I,
at, yeah.
I think we get rid of the word mini and just change it to a major.
To world.
As soon as Gav gets his new company truck, we can go in there, like
Yeah.
walking in the back.
That's it.
I got my new 5-string.
Sponsored.
That's it.
Um,
Just do it. Like people are happy to. Yeah.
what do you reckon
Come out
about
and-
performing out? Do you like the buzz?
Love
Like,
it, yeah. And
Do
it's
you ever get shy? Or
nah, do you know, it's funny because when I was saying before, you know, about doing like a couple of mics and that, I did not enjoy it at all. It was like kind of pushed up to it, but then when it was coming to playing with a band, it was, as soon as I said yes to, you know, maybe taking a shot at the bass and having a play at a few of the tracks that you play, as soon as it came out of our first jam here, I was a bit like, whoa. It's funny because I know you all individually and collectively in that, but then when it actually comes to actually playing music, it's like, fuck, it feels a bit different. As soon as you played the first couple of songs, it's like, just felt really natural.
yeah.
So then, I knew then. that
And
if
then
I
you
was to go
turned
and
up
play
to the
a
first gig dressed like you was about to run a marathon. You
What
had like
was it?
short shorts, a singlet, and a sweatband around his head.
That is
Like
the
he's
most
playing tennis.
intelligent fucking move I've
Yeah.
ever
What
was that
seen.
night?
Mate,
We
I
were dressed in like wearing. Well, can't actually remember what
I
I was
came
wearing.
out of that gig like
It was sweating like
smoking,
it.
man.
And how many times does that happen?
No.
We go and we're just fucking sweating our dick off, and then you're like, "What the fuck are we doing?"
Mate, that gig at fucking
World Bar?
no, sorry, Yonder, when
Oh,
they posted us as the fucking
Punk rock.
punk
Oh, yeah.
fucking band, or
That was funny.
pop punk. Break out
The
your
leather
leather jackets,
jackets.
guys. Danger wanker in town.
Mohawks and all
That was good. I did enjoy the leather, I must say.
And we all decided to wear the leather jackets.
That's right. That was so hot, man.
Oh man,
2
that
songs,
was
wasn't it?
roasting. And I didn't even have a t-shirt under me. I just had like a leather
You had
jacket
the
on. and that
tiniest
was-
leather jacket on.
Yeah, it was
like up
carries.
to your fucking rib cage. Sat at the back of the stage, like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Oh man, yeah, that was hot, man.
That was fucking hot. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Getting used to playing.
But they didn't have the fans on the stage at that
No,
point,
no.
did they? Yeah.
That was a great addition, then. Having
Yeah.
that now. It's because gigs are totally different, aren't they? It's like there's playing together, and then there's playing your own as well, where you get a bit more like you try a few
The trouble
more
around
things.
here with gigs is a lot of people don't have like foldbacks and stuff, so you can't.
Yeah,
When
you're
gigging, you
relying
can't
on-
hear anything,
yeah.
man. You
100%,
can't hear
yeah.
your own instrument at all.
Yonder's definitely the best live music venue.
Yeah.
And for your setup and
Yeah,
everything. You know what I mean?
definitely,
And, just the venue itself as well is really good. You know.
Yeah.
But what's your favourite gig you've played?
Whatever.
Well, with Danger Wank.
One of my favourites would probably be that
The
Paddy's
chats.
Day we played.
Morrison's.
Yeah, Morrison's.
Yeah.
With little Dan.
Yeah.
And it was all just going fucking nuts.
That was mad, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
think
so
when we
busy in there, and it was
supported the chats.
That's
Oh,
my
fuck,
favourite.
that
That
was
was
a good gig.
loose. Gav
Yeah.
was crowd surfing and everything.
Gav was in a Ray-Ban advert.
I done Nike advert. I was just promoting all brands. But that was I'd say that was my favourite as well, the chats
Yeah.
one, because
Yeah,
it was like
insane.
folk were just.
Yeah,
it was
that
just
was
like
great.
an endless sea of people crowd surfing in. It was like
Chucking
one person
empty
was
cans
like,
of EB at
go
us.
back out.
That was deadly. I
And the
love
only
that.
way they could get back out was like to stage dive back into the crowd and crowd surf back out.
All right, well, rounding it up now, coming to the end of the episode.
Oh, mate, I got another hour in me. Easy.
Well, we can do this all the
Yeah,
time.
let's keep going. Yeah, let's do a weekly podcast.
I normally,
How are you feeling this
I
week?
normally throw out some sort of like embarrassing stories or cool stories.
Here it comes.
He's been waiting.
I've got one.
That's what I mean.
It doesn't include anyone in the band. It was more a chick who was at a gig that we were playing. So
Oh, this isn't
the chick will remain nameless.
Okay, go on.
I'll say where she worked.
Gav's got a bit red.
I used to
Just
see her
thinking about
almost every day, right? And we were playing a gig in Surreal, and she fucking comes down the front, and next thing, bang, tops off, tits out, and she's like, "Eh," and then her mate's like, right, come on, put your shirt back on, so she's put it back on, fucking goes back, gets a drink, comes back again, whoa, fucking they're back out, it's fucking like, and then she's like, trying her, like struggling, her mate's fighting her to keep her jeans up. She's like trying to fucking pull her fucking pants down. She's like fully naked and surreal, man.
And this is what it's like to be in a band, guys. If you're thinking about it out there, you're
But then-
contemplating, maybe I've got that musical bit in me.
Like I say, I used to go to her place of work every day to get something to eat.
Oh, yeah, we're getting there now.
And it's like, how's it going, love? You all right? And she never fucking looked at me the same.
What's funny about that though is Gav's telling us that story. We were all there.
I don't remember, to
I
be
don't
honest.
remember any of that.
All I remember is the speakers
It was in
screeching in my
Surreal.
ear, man. Just
It was in Surreal.
When your mum and
Once the
dad were
podcast, once the podcast finished, I'll tell you who it was and where,
I
where she worked.
was deaf after that gig in one ear
If you
for about a
subscribe
week.
and pay your premium,
We'll send you the
Alex
video.
Bare Bones podcast fee of $199 a month, you can hear who that was.
Because
But
we were
she definitely
talking
doesn't
just
work in.
before, just before we started recording, we were chatting and we was on about was
No,
at
we recorded that.
a party this week and someone took a shit on someone's
Windscreen.
windscreen. Like, this is the sort of
Shit's always
content we
funny.
want, lads. This is, you know.
That's what we're aiming for, guys.
But yeah, like there's. She doesn't work there anymore. In fact, I think she's left town, but
Out of embarrassment.
I think she left yesterday.
Narrows it down anymore.
If not, she'll be listening.
It was the 12th of July.
yeah, she used to get a red neck every
as we
time I seen her.
Oh, that's
Can you think of a time? Because I've got loads where I can close my eyes and it's like something that happened to me that was really, really like embarrassing.
What, on stage?
But Gav seems
Life?
to remember my a very first podcast. I think when I was talking about making a cheese sandwich at school.
Oh, I love that. That was a brilliant
like-
story. But like, it's so simple,
Embarrassing.
like, and not and
Just
but,
any embarrassing
Like
story.
yeah.
gigging, nothing embarrassing really has ever happened. Really.
Gigging.
Oh,
that I can think of, but-
Dave forgot a tune at fucking one of the biggest gigs we've played.
That's not embarrassing.
I arrived at 3:30 in the afternoon, and Dave just comes up to me, and I won't. Well, he just goes, "I've just been doing something illicit with a band who are quite big in New Zealand. They're fucking deadly, man." About 25 minutes later, we had to get on stage, and he just went, "How does this song go?"
You see, when you say the stories like this is what I'm talking about. You think you're not like in a band, you're not doing rock and roll stuff. Like that sounds like a rock and roll story the way he told it.
Here's another story involving you, Dave.
All right.
Way back at the very
now.
first King Beats, which wasn't even King Beats, it was called the Summer Music, whatever it was.
Oh, down Rafters Road.
Yeah. So I was playing with Eddie Leatherhead there, and as we were playing on the back of a trailer, and as we're playing, Brendan was running around nail gunning on braces because the thing was rocking. He was like nail gun into the beat. And then the next band on was Dave's other band, the Plebs, and it was just him, Ted, and Jamie. And they were like, "Do you want to play drums?" So I was like, "Yeah, cool. I'll play drums and jam with you or whatever."
You played with us that night?
Yeah. So I'm up on the stage and we're playing, like getting set up anyway. We played the first song. I mean, the lads, Ted was mangled. But it's like, after the first song...
Listen, we'd had some acid early in the day, and it was...
Everyone
had told us it wasn't going to kick in, and it was like, it's pure shite. So we took it, and it wasn't pure shite. And...
Played the song,
and now
though.
people tell me about the gig, and I don't know what happened at the gig.
Ted was like,
I love that at the start of this
guitar.
podcast, you were like, we don't do drugs, but...
Acid's not a drug, is it?
But Ted goes like, my guitar's not working. What's going on? So like, checking that, like, everything's plugged in, his pedals are all good, like, everything's turned up. And then I follow the lead that goes from his guitar to the pedal, and I follow it out the pedal, and it just went into his backpack.
Yeah, this really happened. Like, I remember it. Like, it's like flashbacks. Like just before we went, I think I was wearing a giraffe onesie. At the time, right? So that's fine. That's just like that was part of it, Set up. I remember like looking at Jamie during the set, man, and it was like a puppy, like a lost puppy, going like, "What are we going to play next?" Like it was like, "Oh fuck!" It's like, what is going on? My mate's throwing his shoes up at me. Next thing, because Brendy had tried to set up that it was going to be like real smooth between band trailer and the DJ trailer.
Yeah.
We were just playing, and it felt like we'd played two songs, and he's just like, looked down, and he's like, "Well, just fucking stop!" He's gone crazy.
Who was that?
Brendy. He's like, "Well, just fucking stop!" And I'm like, "Man, I don't know what's going on." Oh, it was fucking the funniest
Been playing for like
thing.
4 hours at that stage.
Man,
probably.
it could have been any time.
I was like, Cara Gordon at
matter.
King Beats, man. They're
Yeah.
like screaming at him, just fucking stop. And then to like actually roll the fucking DJ booth onto the stage. To like get
Over the top of his bass player.
who was
Speed
lying on
bump,
top of
doo-doo.
his amp.
It's the most noise made all night.
But I must say, Cara Gordon is one of the best guitarists, man, I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. And considering
without a doubt.
considering they do that,
The
that
stay
fucked
was
up.
in it that night, man. I've never seen a better guitarist in my life. Full stop. Anyway, when he's just in real life, I've never seen a better
yeah,
guitarist.
it's ridiculous.
I've never
Yeah.
seen anything like it.
Phenomenal.
I remember the first time, man. I was down in World
But he's
Bar.
so big, man. The fretboard, he can nearly stretch it with the whole thing.
He just looked so comfortable. We were in World Bar. They were doing like a beach party or something. Everyone was dressed up. I can't remember. It was like one of my first years here. He's doing all the glass slides over the top, underneath. He was doing everything, all the tapping solos, man. He's not even looking. He's like looking at everyone else. And I was just like, holy shit. And I thought, oh, right, I'm lucky to be here that once to see him at least that,
Yeah.
And next thing he came down maybe for 2 jazz fests after that. And it was like, whoa. I was following him around. I was like going to see him everywhere. And then we're playing at the same gig as him.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's like, one of those things you think when you're older, it's going to be like, that's Jimi Hendrix, that's that same guy, like, that's the same. And he's...
I'll never forget walking in the
Before
day to
he's
see him.
playing, man, he's after taking a load of acid, and he's running around with like fucking just
on.
with his boxers on, man.
Yeah.
And he's got like a fucking Indian headdress on, and he's
A
running
bottle
around,
of fucking
paint
Grant's whiskey, drinking it straight
Yeah.
out of the bottle.
all over him. And he's running around the place like, and everyone's like, "Yeah, that's the guy who's headlining." And you're like, everyone's like,
That's no
"Fuck off,
chance.
that is not
Yeah,
happening."
Like,
And you're like,
how in the name of
He is-
Christ
and
is
he
that
got
guy
up,
going
man.
to play?
And not only that, he played
flawlessly.
Phenomenal.
I thought it was unbelievable. I don't know if I was.
It looked
a
so
little
calm.
bit
We were
over-
just talking about that the other day. There,
I
right?
thought,
Yeah.
man, and my brother has a picture of him. The next morning, man, everyone's left the whole arena. He's asleep on the ground, just passed out on an
Half in the
inflatable
tent.
mattress in the middle of the arena. And it's like one of the greatest like rock and roll moments in my history, because I remember everyone's like in the pit, you know, like really enjoying the moment, and they're like, Jesus, this guy ever cleansed?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is you know, you're waiting for a fucking DJ, and I'm like, fuck your DJ. You know, that's the last thing I want to see now. But he did go on for quite a while, but it was unreal, man. And then just that, like, him the next morning just passed out on that inflatable bed. It was just the best thing. It was like, and now he's still doing great. He's like signed that contract in England, and he's hopefully does well, man. Like, I hope he does really well, because he's incredible. Like, what he can do is a different level. Like,
So calm when he does it as well, isn't he? I've seen him at a couple of those jazz festivals.
it's a different level.
Yeah.
We'll get there one day, maybe.
Fuck it, we don't need to be there, man.
What?
Start practicing, Dave.
Sleeping on a mattress in an arena.
Oh, we can do that. We're already there.
We'll
We're
go
already at that
backwards.
point.
We'll
we just
start
need to
there.
get the show a little bit more. Although, yeah.
I don't sleep.
Get the grants first, because that was it.
Well, who knows? I think we should make the Danger Rank podcast once a month, maybe.
Nah, fuck it. That's it, man. We're
Once
done.
every 2 months. Once every 6 months. Let's not get too carried away. It's my
Well, let's see
thing.
how big we get.
Let's go quarterly. Let's have a 3-month review.
When we're famous, I'm not going to be talking to any of you guys. So
We
it's
should
gonna
do it.
be-
We should do it. Like promote our next big thing. When we release our next single, we'll do another one.
All right, yeah.
So yeah,
Let's
King
promote
Beats.
first
King
single.
Beats is our next festival in. Does it say
February.
February? Is it February?
Yeah.
What date?
Don't know.
Dickhead. That's when we're up again. Get your tickets, guys, before they're
Yeah,
sold out.
well, expect me to be last in that gig, guys. This is the day before my birthday.
Dropping that in.
I'm getting my own helicopter in that day.
We're still discussing the helicopter issue.
Dave's going to be on stage doing the helicopter.
We won't be going through over the top, though.
I might write over the top on my dick. It'll be in tiny writing, but it's the only way we can come back. Anyway, that's our next thing. Listen out for the new single, guys.
It's coming
Our first
soon,
single
that's
and our next single.
And last single. Our album's called Greatest Hits. You'll see it.
Are you going to play a snippet of it at the end, Crumpy?
I can do, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I think you should.
No, we've already discussed this, remember?
All right, okay. So smooth.
And here's a
transition.
little bit of what you can expect.
Okay, what song are we going to play at the end here?
I'll let you decide, mate.
Yeah.
I think you should play.
This is the first time, for all you listeners out there in radio world,
Yeah.
that Gav has passed the decision on to anyone else in the band.
I don't know what have we got ready to go? We got a bit of something.
we've
We
too
got
much.
our debut EP ready to go.
Okay, well, I haven't decided what yet, but at the end of this now, we're going
You're
to
about to hear.
a little bit of a Danger Rank original coming soon. So, all right,
We'll see you in February.
until next time. Is everyone going to say goodbye? What?
Sayonara!
Was that choreographed or what?
That was good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Don't add that bit in.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Done it for me. All right, see you later.